One of the problems in today's scientific research is the contamination of soil by heavy metals, which has become a problem of great magnitude in the scientific world. Scientists has thereby devised a different means of remediating polluted soil through eco-friendly means called phytoremediation. Several conventional ways has been used to remediate polluted soil, and these are either expensive or release other toxic metals into the soil, which when enters into the food chain pose a lot of risks to the internal organs like the kidney, the liver, and so on. Therefore, scientists devise phytoremediation as a means of remediating polluted soil. And what you see me doing here is weighing of samples. The stress involved in weighing almost 200 samples is not explainable. Of course, I have a lab assistant working with me. Of course, I do not have the permission to show his face, so I have to cover his face. And of course, what you see us doing here is that we are weighing the samples, because the samples are meant to be analyzed for the amount of heavy metals present in each of them. Even though the soil on which they were planted before harvest had already been spiked with different heavy metals in order to study the bioaccumulation factor as well as the transfer factor and the capacity of those plants in taking up the heavy metals. These heavy metals, these samples will have to go through digestion process, and the digestion process has to do with first hair drying the samples. After hair drying, we have to weigh. We are getting 1 gram of each of the samples, both the root, the stem, the leaf, and the soil. When we finish weighing, each of the samples will be digested through aquarial medium, which is hydrogen nitrate, which is HNO3, and hydrochloric acid in the ratio of 3:1. And after this digestion, the samples will be taken for elemental analysis. And this is what we are doing in this video. Of course, it's a very tedious work, and I've been here since morning. I have to leave by 6 p.m. because the samples were many. They have been tagged with different code, and it must not be mixed. One must not go for the other. You must not make a mistake, because the samples that are tagged already have different heavy metals that they have taken up, and once you mix it together, you won't be able to interpret the result. So this has to be handled with care. It has to be handled by experts so that the results will be accurate. Yes, most of the time like this, when we work with samples like this, we do it together with those who have been working on this before. What is happening here is something I can actually do alone, but I cannot handle it alone because I'm having so many samples, almost 200 samples, and all the samples are very much that they are not samples that I can mix with one another. So I need to do it together with a very competent lab analyst, which we are together working together in this video. This is a progress and a continuous process of